Villains are a very important part of a movie. They are often what makes the movie shine and what adds a lot of depth to the particular story. For me, at least, often the villains make the movie and are much more interesting, intimidating, and have a much more incredible screen presence than the actual hero. But a very important part of the movie as well is its music. The composer needs to really set the tone and create something impressive, not cliched, not too like that, to make the movie really work, to make it what it is, to really show what the director wants him through the music and add to the movie. Because without music, of course, there is no movie. And often villains have to have their own themes, which really, like, if we don't see a villain but hear his theme, we know he's probably gonna be in the scene or have some part in it. And that's what makes the movie great. Is the villain's ability to really capture the screen, but also the music's ability to really capture the villain. And in this video, I'm counting down the top 8 best villain themes from various movies. Let us begin! Oh, and before we start, sorry for the interruption, but I had a few of, how do you say it, runner ups that didn't quite fit on the list, but I thought were just too good not to include. So here there will be 3 runner ups which did not get on the list, but were very cool, so are worth including. On 8th place, we have Richmond Valentine's theme from the movie Kingsman: The Secret Service. Now, Richmond Valentine is a great villain, portrayed perfectly by the wonderful Samuel L. Jackson. If you've seen the movie, you know why I'm speaking like that. And I absolutely love this portrayal, but I think the theme really fits him. It's very unsettling and has a very weird sound to it. As I don't know what instruments they're using and if they're using a computer and maybe they're mechanizing it, but it really does sound really strange, like really weird, really unsettling, which I think really fits the character. I really like how they used the flute and added that very mysterious feeling here, but also that strange sound. I think it really shows the ruthlessness of Valentine's character, and especially when the theme grows and becomes this very loud sort of theme. I think that's the best part of it. It really portrays Valentine's character and adds a lot to his already great story. On number 7, we have Sauron's theme from The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings franchises. Now, this theme is extremely menacing. It was composed by. Who was it composed again? Howard Shore, of course, the man himself, who composed all of the Lord of the Rings compositions. Every single composition in that film is amazing, but we're gonna talk about this villain theme right now. Now, what I particularly love about this theme is how it represents the character of Sauron well. First of all, it's very loud, which makes you really feel the presence, like he's really here. Second of all, it's very, very rough, which makes you feel how brutal and unforgiving and scary he is. And just the instruments that they use, the drums, the trumpets, everything just adds to this incredible theme, which really makes you feel like he's right there in the same room as you. On number 6, we have Smaug's theme from the movie The Desolation of Smaug. Now, Smaug's theme is once again composed by Howard Shore, only this time it's kind of a simplified version of Sauron's theme. The first few notes are very similar and in a very similar tone, however, later it changes quite a bit. It goes simplified. Now, why did I put this one higher on the list than Sauron's if it's just a simplified version of it, kind of, and it has so much resemblance? Well, I just kind of like how they ended this part more. Like in Sauron's theme, it's da 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 da, and here it's da 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 da. I just like how it sounds more. On number 5, we have Count Olaf's theme from a series of unfortunate events TV show by Netflix. Now, this theme was never released, and it's nowhere on the internet except from my YouTube channel, which basically I went throughout the series and collected it and deleted the sounds in the background and stuff like that. So it's very hard to hear, but when I watched the show, I loved his music. It's very, very much a ripoff of the national Russian song Katyusha. However, it's more threatening, more menacing. And the fun and the charm that was in the original song that this theme is ripping off is kind of replaced with menace and yet still has this incredible fun and nervous feeling to it. Yet another Kingsman movie, yet another Kingsman villain, yet another Kingsman theme. While Poppy is not as good a villain as Valentine, her theme is definitely better. She's a very ruthless character, so the theme starts out with this very unsettling Spanish guitar that would have been common in other places, but suits so perfectly here because it makes you unsettled. Then it grows into the psychopathic piece with even more nerve-wracking instruments, and eventually it becomes this very loud, scary, and incredibly intimidating piece, which I absolutely love as it truly portrays her psychopathic character. On number 3, we have Grand Admiral Thrawn's theme from Star Wars Rebels. Now, this is a theme composed by Kevin Kiner, who is the composer for Star Wars Rebels and Star Wars The Clone Wars. He rarely gets the themes like as good as John Williams, but this is definitely one of those cases. Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of the best villains in Star Wars ever. He's incredibly smart, he's the smartest. And the menacing aspect of him is how smart and how incredibly intelligent he is. He always figures everything out. He's like the evil Sherlock. So I think Kevin Kiner did a really good job at portraying how he figures it all out with this piece of music. It has a lot of menacing organ to it, which is one of the classical things, but it also has a unique theme like da 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 da. It's incredible just how he makes it all so connected to Thrawn's head, like we're literally inside of it, and we're afraid of him because we know he'll probably figure all of our hero's plan out right now. And just how this music is in the background whenever he's figuring something out is perfect, especially since it's called Thrawn's Web. On number 2, we have Dr. Octopus's theme from Spider-Man 2. This theme was composed by the legendary composer Danny Elfman. What I liked about this theme is it starts out like da 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 da, very sad, very tragic, very depressive. But then it slowly grows and grows and grows, and then RIP headphone users because it's like da 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 da, and it really shows the atmosphere of this character, how cool he is wearing that hat and those sunglasses, how this villain is incredible. And when he's robbing a bank and suddenly this theme turns on, it shows how incredible this scene of him robbing a bank is, how cool he is, how good of a character, just by how loud it is, how fun it is, how memorable it is. And just how you almost want to dance to it because it's so cool, it's so jazzy and everything. I think that's incredible. And finally, on number 1, we have Peter Pettigrew's theme from Harry Potter 3, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, Peter Pettigrew is my least favorite villain in the Harry Potter franchise. However, his theme is my favorite of any villain. I mean, it was composed by John Williams. What else do you expect? John Williams always creates masterpiece music. Never once has he ever failed before. And Peter Pettigrew's theme is so incredible. Because at first we think that Sirius Black is the villain of the movie, but it turns out that Peter Pettigrew is. Whenever Sirius Black is mentioned, his creepy theme plays. But when Peter Pettigrew is mentioned after that, the same theme plays, implying that Sirius Black is not the actual real villain and that Pettigrew is. But enough about the context. I want to talk about the actual theme itself. It's very short, it wasn't even released anywhere. You can barely find it on the internet because it wasn't in the albums or on the soundtrack disc. But it's incredible. It's like da 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 da. And it's so creepy. Every time I listen to it, shivers down my spine. I mean, literally. It's so creepy that it's literally like from a horror movie. Just how quietly it plays in the background. So mysterious, so nerve wracking, like you're literally shaking while listening to it. Incredible masterpiece. So, this is first spot.